going on?
On how I actually usually tee it up higher too. I have a long tee that I don't have with me right now.
Well, that makes sense because you probably adapted to that via your angles of attack.
Up and,
right, exactly.
But,
now the interesting thing is that the driver is kind of conducive to a bit of an upward angle of attack, so it might be something where we don't need to change much with the driver. Is that a shot? Is that a shot?
Usually, because I tee it up higher, I get like a high draw-y ball.
Yeah.
That stays within the realm of playable, and I go about 260-ish.
Yeah.
And then roll out. And I feel like I have more than that in the tank, and that frustrates me. It's probably because of my delivery and all that stuff. And now I'm trying to do the thing we were talking about, and it's just in my head now. So I think maybe I've made changes. I don't really know. That's more like what I usually do.
Yeah.
Which I'm not unhappy with. But
right.
If it's not something I can do all the time, then it's a problem.
So we're looking at 8 degrees into out.
Which is bad.
9-degree attack angle. And 251 carry, which is pretty solid off of 102 miles an hour. Your spin rate's way down, obviously, because you're hitting up on it so much.
Okay.
So, you need a little bit more spin. So to get spin, you have to have a bigger difference between your angle of attack and your degree that you deliver to the ball, right?
Okay.
It's called spin loft. So if we got you to hit not 9 degrees up, but 5 degrees up, right?
Okay.
So your angle of attack would go down, the loft on your club would stay up, you'd get more backspin, which would keep the ball in the air longer.
Okay.
Because right now your angle of attack and your dynamic loft are pretty close together, which means less backspin. So, it could be a tweak to the driver to get more backspin, but anytime,
if I don't need to be 8 degrees in and out is a lot, right? Are we wanting to?
it's going to lead to, the more you are from zero, the bigger potential you have for a bigger dispersion pattern. Because any adjustment, any tweak to that club face, open or close, or any miss hit, can lead to some bigger misses. Now, if you can do, if you can do that or something like the previous drive 8 out of 10 times, who cares what the numbers say?
I like to hit it 300 yards. Come on. It's really nice when you accidentally do the right swing once and it goes 320.
Did here. So here's your station. Okay. You can see the alignment stick there, slightly less than the angle of the driver.
Okay.
So it's not as intrusive as like a 7-iron. I don't need you swinging like crazy vertical with the backswing.
Sure.
Okay. So it's out of the way. It's about 4 inches inside our target line, 4 to 5 inches inside our target line there, right? And the most important thing here is that backswing, that looks really, really nice. Club's not going as far outside your hands as we saw it originally, right? So it's much more in line with your hands, just less extreme of a pushing away with your club and hands away from the body. And then as we go up, club's in a really nice position here, slightly steeper than the angle of that alignment stick there, and slightly steeper than your original shaft plane, okay? Pointing nice and inside our golf ball. And then on the way down though, this is awesome.
Oh, that's a internally working shoulder right there. That's mostly, for the most part.
That club head's back on our shaft plane line, right? Face is square. You don't have to do anything to that face anymore. Nice and square. As you come down, the face stays square to the plane, square to the plane. Solid contact, and I really like right through here, the angle of that club face is much more parallel to the angle of your spine. So we're controlling the face through the golf ball.
Okay.
Now, when you swing normally at higher speeds, we expect that face to roll over a little bit more, because as the force of the club pulls your body through, your hands are going to want to turn. But feel isn't always real. So if you're feeling like you're trying to hold that face off, we know it's going to turn over a little bit more, but if you weren't trying to hold it off, it might turn over a little too much.
Okay.
Does that make sense? And I love that follow through right there. That's what we're kind of looking for you to have that, hold that follow through position right there. And like I said, next time when you come back, I just want you to be like super repetitive and and you know, proficient at that little.
Okay, and then we can start making other.
We can add speed to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already felt like I was doing that really fast.